NFTs come in all different shapes and sizes, and despite my research, I'm still finding it hard to find a way to price them for the long term. Welcome to Cryptopia, where we discuss the utopian rise of cryptocurrencies as it deals with bans, scams, regulations, and non-believers. On the front lines today, NFTs versus value. Thanks to r/NFT, which is where I found these criteria or categories, we can at least get a step in the right direction as we see if these are useful or not along the way. The first is uniqueness. Each NFT is unique. It's the only one of its kind. You cannot make another NFT that is the same token number on the same smart contract, meaning there will only ever be one of that token. This is verified by the blockchain and can be seen by anyone. Uniqueness, 100% yes, that's a huge piece of the puzzle. You want something that not everyone has seen before, but more than that, you want something that speaks to you with the artist's voice, something that makes your imagination wander. To me, that's what really makes good music, is the picture/story it's painting in my mind, using my imagination. If it's an actual painting, I look beyond that painting itself and into what the world could be from the piece the artist is giving me, which is why I never really understand the blue splash on a white canvas abstract art when I don't really get more of what it's trying to tell me. The only way pieces make sense to me is that the artist is famous, so it's more of a brand thing than anything else, and I think that's what it is. Also, money laundering. Lots and lots of money laundering. Copyright. Now, this is something I talk more on later in the video. If certain art is considered transformative enough to be sold by someone that doesn't own the original rights to, like a fair use idea, take something around Pokemon, for example. Can it be fair use? I don't know. Nostalgia for me plays a big role in collections and collectibles. So being able to mint Dragon Ball Z like NFTs would be huge and play a big part in my choice of NFTs for trading purposes. Rare. Since they are unique and cannot be copied, they are rare. Most of the time, there are very few NFTs from an artist or a seller. Very rare do they have thousands of the NFT itself. Therefore, you can safely assume you would be one of the few people in the world that owns a collectible item that can be resold. This is very important. The amount of that specific NFT plays a big role in its price. Personally, I would love to know that I'm the only one, or one of the very few people who own the original rights or who have the original ownership of the NFT itself. I paid good money for it. Collectability. These NFTs/items are collectible. You can hold on to them and their value will only go up in price since there are very little ways to dilute the collection. Buying them to resell them can earn you thousands of dollars. There are plenty of people that do this every day and even earn a living from it. This is true. If there's a theme around these NFTs, something that ties the individual NFT to another NFT, guaranteed would be very useful. Much like the Exodia cards in Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's a great catch if you can get your hands on all of them. But that being said, it also comes down to what I think makes it collectible is that nostalgia. Do people know it? Is it simply just a random NFT that somebody makes? Like if I just make an NFT with, a 5-piece connection, I'm not really known. No one knows who I am. It may even be looking like a nice piece, but unless people start to take me seriously as an artist, those 5 pieces are not really worth anything. Immutability. No one can change the metadata on the token. No one can remove your image or the name of the token, etc. This means it will never change. It'll never be removed. It cannot be taken down off the blockchain. This is what gives it so much value and collectability. Of course, I don't think more needs to be said about this. This is what an NFT really is and why it has value at all. Forever, again, much like the immutability section, NFTs are forever because the data cannot be changed, and because the blockchain is forever, you will always have that token if you buy it. You can always resell that token if you want to. It's like buying a bar of gold. You own it and you do with it what you want. Resellability. You can always resell your NFT. You should resell your NFT and trade it. You can make some serious cash trading NFTs. Some NFTs have gone for $20,000 when the original buyer only bought it for a few $1,000s, making them over 15,000 USD in a short time in one trade. Probably more complicated than that, or they got lucky, or they really know what they're doing. I'm trying to learn how to trade these myself and how people are pricing value on these for the long term to do trades. Now, I really want to take a look at game assets, because I think right now that has a little bit more viability in terms of the space, just because I can understand that it's a game that you're playing and you're investing your time into, so your value and respect for the game and its assets increases over time, the more time you spend on it. One of the things not mentioned is how well known the artist is. I want to bring that up again. Let's face it, there are a lot of artists out there, but it doesn't mean anything if no one values their work. People trade because they think they'll make more money on it in the future, which adds to that belief when they know that the artist is well known and will probably be making more and will become more popular over time. Another point I think is worth mentioning is the time it takes to produce a piece. More complicated 3D motion NFTs. Now, they are my favorite one, so maybe I'm a little biased. I mean, we live in the future. I would love to put these on my wall. Like if I had like a screen frame, you know, one of those screen frames that they have in like the store where the picture just slideshow throughs. If I could have that, have my NFT on that, and so they just kind of have it as this paintings around my house, but they're all 3D moving images, I think that would be brilliant. Now, I think those 3D ones should be priced higher in my opinion, but again, that's more of a bias thing. I think that should only be priced higher if it's in conjunction with the rep of the artist and the skill of the artwork itself. Let's take a quick look at this article. As I said, I wanted to come back and take a look at copyright, as this is something that is stopping me from buying certain NFTs right now, as I don't know the resale value in the future. The article reads, making and selling NFTs based upon artwork that you don't hold the rights to is almost certainly an infringement, especially considering auction sites that sell NFTs use the original artwork. This is why NFT auction sites have rushed to create DMCA processes for removing unauthorized work. However, it's unclear if that will be enough, as many sites are actively encouraging people to tokenize content they don't own. Other markets are only allowing verified work, making them less worrisome in this area. Artists are allowed to create derivative work based on their creation and sell them, as long as buyers were fully aware of how practically useless the NFTs are. There's not much of a reason for the courts to get involved, which is why they haven't yet. However, it's clear that the focus on NFTs has caused a dramatic change in the marketplace, where once the headlines were dominated by artists making big bucks from next to nothing, now seeing far more concern over infringement and abuse of the system. William Shatner is an interesting example. Back in July 2020, the artist offered a series of trading card NFTs based upon his career. The sale netted him a good $125,000, roughly $1 for each token he put out there. However, by March 2021, things kind of changed. In a tweet, he said, so at Jack and at Twitter Safety and at Twitter Support, all Twitter Nation, I'm very concerned about these ad tokenized tweets, stealing content images I upload and my tweets, which are all under my copyright, being tokenized and sold without permission. Authors, actors, models, photographers, etc. should be concerned. He's not wrong at all, and I'm not surprised by any of this. NFTs aren't new, but the amount of people getting into them is, and we're in a growing pain part, we're going through the growing pains of the NFT nation and crypto as a whole. So we're gonna need some time to see how this all pans out, what regulations will be put in place, how to protect the original artists. It's gonna be kind of a Wild West situation, as most new tech often is. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know how you value your NFTs. And in summary, how I do mine is artist branding, how well we know who you are and how much work you have behind you, the depth of the art itself and its story it's telling. And for me, if it's collectibles, nostalgia. Does it hit home and bring back fond, happy memories, right? A lot of adults, are working, grinding it out day by day. So being able to look back on an easier, simpler, funner time when you were a child is, it's really important. when you're trying to sell, when you can sell collectibles that way. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.